The trial of the former Kogi State Governor, Yahaya Bello, resumed on Monday at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Bello faces a 19-count charge bordering on alleged fraud filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The counsel to the EFCC, who had initially informed the court of his intention to present 3 witnesses, was only able to provide 2 because the third witness could not appear in court. The court, however, adjourned proceedings to March the 6th and 7th, respectively, for a continuation of trial. For more on this story, Liborous Oshoma, a human rights lawyer, joins me now from Lagos. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What should we expect from this trial?
I can't speak for EFCC, so I can't be running through what EFCC investigation is about. But we know that prosecution starts from investigation. As a lawyer, I know that prosecution starts from investigation. It is how a matter is investigated that will eventually determine how it will be prosecuted. And so we've seen cases where, what is discussed in the public is different from what is presented in court. And I hope that this case will be different, because most times you hear, humongous amounts are called, in the public domain. And that's what people refer to as media trial. Humongous amounts are referred to, and issues are raised, but when the matter eventually gets to court, what you hear is entirely different from what was in the public domain, and I hope that this will not be one of such. And then also, another thing that the public would expect is accelerated hearing, because they say justice delayed is justice denied, but, also, because even though we say here the windmill of justice grinds slowly but surely, but justice delayed certainly justice denied. So one would expect accelerated hearing in a matter. And also that what is presented in court is in tandem with what is presented in the court of public opinion. Right. So those are basically what to expect, or what the public would be expecting in the matter. And, there should be no sacred cows. And if at the end of the day, the man is found wanting, then let the long arm of the law take its course. Absolutely. If the EFCC is unable to prove its case, then it's one of those cases where we shout so much in the media, and at the end of the day, we get to court. Nothing is presented.
Liborous, at the heart of this trial, of this case, is a statement of bank accounts and account opening package for Mr. Bello's children's school. Remember, a couple of months back last year, there was just a lot of controversy around that. Do you think, and this is a bit hypothetical, do you think that the EFCC will be able to prove any of this in court? Because this is a major part of this trial.
I do not know what EFCC has investigated, but I also will not want to take what is discussed in the public into account in as far as prosecution is concerned. Like I said, based on my experience, I've seen situations where, what is presented in the public at the end of the day is different from what is presented in court. And if we were to go by what transpired in court today, what was presented in court today were allegations of properties that were bought and not even related to school fees. So allegations of property that were bought, and in the 2 documents that were allegedly presented, all the properties, right. Even Yahaya Bello's name was not mentioned in the 2, but so I have not heard about. Maybe I want to presume that this might not be the school fees.
Right, Liborous, but I'm looking at Premium Times here. Premium Times is reporting that the FCC presented the statement of bank account about the school fees at the American International School in Abuja to court. But aside that, before I let you go, because we're going to be following this trial very closely, what are the potential implications of this trial for Yahaya Bello's future as a politician and as a person? In Nigeria, really, I would want to see a day where the EFCC would certainly, make so much noise about a politician and
establish a case before such politician in court. If that's the case, certainly for somebody like Yahaya Bello, a young man, that might be the end of his political career. But otherwise, it might just also strengthen him, and he can allege that it's all witch hunting, and that despite all of the hues and cry about the issues that, in most cases, you hear that a no case submission is filed by the defense at the end of the day if the EFCC is unable to link all of these allegations, the bank accounts and everything, directly to him. So, so I just hope that what we hear in the public is not different from what it's in the court of law.
Right. Liborous Oshoma, a human rights lawyer, thank you so much for speaking to us. We do appreciate your time.
My pleasure.